Hi everyone. This summer I did not upload many videos specifically speaking about food delivery, Uber Eats, Grubhub, DoorDash, just to name a few. And I do have some stories to share with you. One happened today and I hung in there with the business owner because he's absolutely right what went down with a driver stealing. I'm also going to speak about glitches in the Uber Eats app, and then I'm also going to speak about customers, share a story that happened last week with a customer canceling an order knowing that I already picked it up and I was on my way to deliver. And I will also discuss dumpling. I did upload a lot of videos talking about dumpling, and something went down with that, and I'm going to share that. In addition to giving a few restaurants shout outs, I wanted to do this video for weeks. Videos are work. Being creative is time consuming, and you have to set a time aside to do what you want to do. Okay, today I stayed local, I stayed in town, and I picked up at a Papa John's. And when I got there, he was like, listen, can you do me a favor? Can you call up Uber? And I go, well, why, sir? And he goes, well, you're the third person here for that order. And the first one, I told her the food wasn't ready, come back in it'll be just a couple of minutes. And it is. A Papa John's where I am, it's fast paced. And he watched the driver go to the car, do their thing. So when the driver came back, because the driver was right in front of the store, he handed over the food and said, thanks a lot. And then they canceled it and said the food wasn't ready. So they took food. They stole food. And now, at first, I didn't understand him. Then he repeated himself again. And I went, oh. He goes, yeah, that happens a lot. From now on, I have to have a meeting with my staff and tell everyone, we cannot hand over food until you swipe on the phone when it says start delivery. And they've been saying that lately, a lot of the restaurants. And I said, that's why they're doing that. He goes, because people are stealing food. You say it's going to be 3 to 5 minutes. He goes, we're quick. It was only a couple of minutes. It was already half done. He was just like, I watched her sit in the car. And then she came back in and I handed it to her, and then she canceled the order. And I don't want her back in the store. I want them to be let go. I want Uber to start ridding the drivers that are purposely stealing food. And he's right, that happens often. This summer, that happened a lot. And I didn't put it together at first. I understood him today. I understood him. And he was so appreciative that I got on the phone with him. I put him on the phone. And you know what? They took notes. But are they really going to do anything about it? His point was, I want them to know, I want those drivers off the platform. It's a waste of time, it's a waste of money, and he's tired of it. So from now on, he said, I have to tell all drivers, it's business policy. You must swipe in front of us before we hand you the food. I'm like, I don't blame you at all, sir. He thanked me, I thanked him. Very nice man. His franchise or management, it's a waste of time and money and energy, Next, Chipotle. I delivered like 4 hours each day over Labor Day weekend. And it was in the middle of the day, Chipotle pickup. I go pick it up. I'm on my way to the drop-off. And the customer calls me, and I actually picked up. Sometimes I don't. If I'm driving, I pulled over, I picked up, I said yes. She goes, I know, I already paid for it, but can you cancel that order? I said, I can't do that now. I already picked up the order. Oh, I said, that's a strike against me, and that makes me look really bad if I happen to cancel it and I already have the food. So, again, 10 minutes in, I did call up Uber. I suggested she call up Uber, at least get her credit. She said she would. I made sure Uber didn't give me a strike because that wasn't my fault. I was like, oh, I was delivering it to a Starbucks that I knew was closed. I put it together. I'm like, oh, that one's closed. Probably the one I'm delivering to is closed too. So that happened. That was strange, but I didn't get a strike. I did get free food. I mean, they tell you to discard, get rid of it. I'm like, well, I'm not going to throw away good food. It was pretty tasty. It was a cookie, a little bag of chips, and this wrap of hummus and vegetables and fresh salad. It was very good. I was impressed. That was from a tropical, I'm sorry, not Chipotle, tropical smoothie. That's where that was from. Well, I can't cancel it after I picked it up, ma'am. Because then they would think that I'm stealing the food. You get it? Now, Fat Boys Burritos, slam dunking kind of place. They're always busy. The energy when you walk into the store is always, no matter what time of day, always welcoming, always respectful, on their game, high energy, momentum. Always, from the moment that door is open, and they're open to the moment they close. And this happened a few weeks ago, and I just didn't want to do a video. I said I'll save it for when I do a video sharing many stories. And I picked up an order. It was only one order. Now, as a driver, you know what we have to do when I get to the car. You have to tap the box to check it, and then you say start delivery. I did. Now, the app is taking me to a drop-off, claiming that I had 2 orders. I picked up 2 orders. I didn't pick up 2 orders. I only picked up 1 order. There's so many glitches, not to mention wrong addresses, at least 6 times since June. I tapped it, you check it, and you say start delivery, and they tell you where to go. So I get to the drop-off, and I'm like, what? What do you mean order 1? What the hell are you talking about? I drove there. I didn't have that customer's food. Long story, on the phone, dealing with Uber. Now I go drop off the second order, and I told them I would go pick it up and drop it off to the lady because I felt bad, as long as you pay me. And I called back. For some reason I called back, and they told me, oh, that order was canceled. You don't need to deliver it. I said, so you were going to make me drive all the way back to Belmore to pick that up, to drive back to Uniondale, and not even call me, not even have the courtesy? But I'm not shocked about that, because these are these are third-party apps. They don't give a shit. They don't care. As long as their money machine is working and they know they're going to have write-offs and they know they're going to lose some money, but they're earning more money than losing, they don't give a shit about the little person in the field. And I'm showing that I'm a dependable, reliable. Okay, I'm not working food delivery as often as I was, but it's still steady income every week that I need right now, and I choose to do it. And it's because, let's talk about dumpling. I do want to focus on dumpling, and I'm going to start over with dumpling. Dumpling, I'm not going to mention the store. Dumpling has catalogs on their customer end when you use the app as a customer to place an order. You see the green one right there? That's the customer app, and the black Dumpling Boss is the app that I use when I shop for clients. They had a store, privately owned business. They hired lawyers to tell them to take down their catalog off their app. And instead of continuing the fight, they were saying, well, you're taking away people's freedoms. However, I will say that this store, I've heard this to be true in many different locations throughout the United States, that they don't want anybody in their store, using their store, to shop for clients or customers using third-party apps. It's not just Dumpling. It's all third-party apps that they don't want people in their store shopping. So that was something that went down. So now I'm going to step back. I'm going to start over, and that's what I have to do. And it's okay, because I believe in dumpling. Totally. I don't think they're going anywhere, and I feel they will become mainstream, like Instacart shipped, shopped. I think they're going to give them a run for their money. It's just going to take a little time. There's more work involved when you start your own small business. You're not just turning on an app and go, I feel like working 3 hours today, and deal with an app that don't really care if you're delivering, don't really care if you go back for a customer, don't really care if that, listening to the stories I just shared. Okay. Stay tuned for some restaurant shout outs, and it's because the restaurants respect me, they treat me kindly, they give me food, they give me samples, they take such good care of me, they thank me when I need to wait, and they go, so many drivers give us attitudes. We're only 3 people, we have to cook the food, because some of these places, they have very small staff and they only can do so much. But the reason why they're busy is because they have quality food. They have quality food. You hear me? Okay, stay tuned. It's without a mouse. Let me minimize this a little bit. Oh, does it minimize? No, it don't. Okay, here's Fat Boys Burritos. And, oh, I could do that. There you go. Their food is amazing, and I just learned that they have a location in Belmore that I'm aware of. That's the one I deliver for often. East Northport and Plainview, I was not aware. Their food is off the charts, and the owners in Belmore, they have, the last time, they've given me a lot of free food in the past 6 months. If they happen to have extra food and they're going to give it to their staff anyway at the end of the night, whatever the deal is, I go, yeah, I'll take one. It won't be wasted. Thank you. And I try their food. It's very decadent. It's hearty. It's very filling. A lot of flavor. Very, very good. This man is so nice. I don't know his name, but I know who he is when I go into the store. He's the one I always speak to, and I believe he's one of the owners of this franchise. He was like, are you hungry? He was like, yeah, I'll here. And he was like, come here. And I was like, well, I didn't see the packages. Oh, you're going to cook something? No. I'll be a customer. I thought you had something prepared already and you didn't want to waste the food. That's how nice they are. He was going to cook me something and thanking me for delivering their food for their business. And I'm working Uber Eats at. So what a nice person. So their food is off the charts. They deserve a shout out. Their business is booming. Greek Cove. Greek Cove is amazing. I've given them many shout outs. They have a location, Oyster Bay, East Norwich. Merrick, that's the one I deliver for often. And Long Beach. I haven't delivered for that one yet in Long Beach, but maybe I will. I'm pretty close to that. So check out their food, check out their menu. It's amazing. It's quality. It really is that good. Oh gosh, sorry, I'm doing this without, there we go. It really is that good. And the last 2 times I got a chicken gyro there. I'm due for some chicken gyros. I go through waves. I'll get it for a couple of weeks, then I'll skip a month. Whoever was behind the line made it better than the boss. It was amazingly fresh, lots of flavor. It was just so good. It's 2 meals in one for me for that. Dynamite. I suggest you give them, check it out. Okay. Shaw's. Now, I've never had their food. I deliver for the one in Belmore often. Their staff is incredible. They have an amazing business. If the food wasn't quality, they wouldn't have business. I mean, they always have business. They always have business. And the last time I went there, it was over, I guess, Labor Day weekend. And I was like, oh, I understand. I'm looking at the Philly cheesesteak right now. They had to make a few of them, and they only had 2 guys there. And I was like, oh, no big deal. I'll go down the street to Danny's Kitchen, Chinese. I had a double pickup. I said, please take your time. I'm not in a rush. I'm just earning my extra income tonight. So I go back and they're like, would you like a drink? Would you like something? Usually drivers, they give us such an attitude and they bitch. They make a big stink about us needing to cook the food the way it should be prepared. And I watched the video of the man who created this whole business on TV, how he's throughout the world globally, this company. And, you can't give people a hard time. A lot of the drivers would never be in their shoes behind the line. They cry like little babies if they ever had to work like the people behind the line, because it's a hard job. I was in customer service. I'm very well aware of how hard it is. So they're really nice. I thought I'd give them a shout out. And let's roll. Let's roll is for dessert. Your favorite dessert with a twist. Our hand-rolled desserts are all made from scratch. While you watch, we freeze your dessert at 20 degrees and roll it up for you within minutes. This makes for the finest frozen dessert possible. We use fresh cream for our ice cream rolls, probiotics in our frozen yogurt rolls, and almond milk as a base for our non-dairy rolls. So there you go. You should check it out. I've had this and it's absolutely delicious. So I hope you enjoyed the shout outs and give these places a try if you live local. And I'll be around, guys. Stay tuned for future videos. Never give up. Keep at it. See you in the next video clip. Take care, everyone.